Hey everyone, Michelle Alexandria here, coming at you with another video. I need to come up with a better catchphrase. I know I said I don't want my channel to become the TV channel, and I absolutely promise to get back to doing reviews this week. I have some things I want to talk about, including Bad Boys for Life. Awesome movie, but I'm still on the fence on this whole TV dealio. This whole TV dealio is driving me a little crazy, and I think I'm finally jumping off the merry-go-round. I actually ordered a LG C9 from Costco earlier this week because they had an amazing deal, $2,049 with a free 5-year warranty. I was all about that, so I pounced on that deal. But I discovered that the Costco brand C9 is not the normal LG C9, and I canceled the order. It was missing one key feature, which was the WISA readiness connection. And after doing more research on that, WISA is a gimmick, especially on OLED TVs. And the reason why I really want WISA is I am so tired of soundbars. Soundbars are driving me nuts, especially the Sony soundbar, because now I'm getting a lot of audio dropouts again. And I think that's a sign that my LG B7 HDMI card is going bad, and I don't want it to go bad. And I'm sorry if I'm rushing through this, but I don't want this to be a 30-minute video, so I'm trying to go a little faster than normal, but I'll slow it down. I feel like I'm speaking really fast. So anyway, I wanted WISA because I truly want a full surround system, a real one that's not a soundbar, but I want it to be fully wireless. And it's amazing that it's still so hard to find a wireless setup in 2020. I find that amazing. But here's the scam about WISA. WISA required on the OLED TV, they say it's WISA ready, but it requires a dongle. And that dongle is $230. And the only speakers available that support it would cost you, the cheapest I found was $1,500. That includes the dongle. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So you're looking at $1,500 for a full surround system, wireless surround system? No, thank you. That's ridiculous. So I feel like I should have. I wish I had kept that order. Now my question is, do I wait for the C10, the C9, or just keep my B7? I'm happy with my B7, but I went looking for trouble, and I found trouble. I found a little bit of burn-in on my OLED B7, and this panel has been giving me nothing but issues, nothing but trouble. I've had to have LG come out 4 times already, and I don't fault LG support at all because LG support has been consistently amazing throughout all of this. But the bottom line is the TV should not be having issues. And the problem is the burn-in is on my TV, but the burn-in does not show up in regular content. So if I didn't look for it, I would be blissfully ignorant. So here's a tip to all of you people. Don't go looking for problems with your panel. Just enjoy your panel. So LG, I was on the phone with LG. LG offered to come out to buy me a new screen replacement. They did. But the problem is my TV is now wall mounted, and the LG tech refuses to take it off the wall. I have to take it off the wall. And I'm one person with a bad back, and moving around TVs is something I just don't do. I paid Best Buy $200 to put this thing on the wall just 3 weeks ago. I'm not going to take it off the wall to get LG to fix it. And I'm not going to pay someone to remove it from the wall and then have LG fix it and then pay someone again to come back and put it back up on the wall. It's ridiculous. And LG is like, well, we'll take it off the wall, but it will cost you $300 for us to do that. So at that point, I'm a little annoyed and pissed at LG because they're just being lazy. I'm like, how do they expect to fix the TV to begin with if they won't even lift the TV up? I mean, really. But yeah, so I'm just kind of stuck with it. I'm not going to, unless I buy a new TV and it's taken down that way, at which point, what's the point of having LG come out and fix it? Again, I'm not going to fault LG support because LG support, they offered to fix the panel But, they should just take it off the wall. It's not that big of a deal. It shouldn't be that big of a deal that they're turning this into. And I'm just kind of like, no, I'm not going to do that. So the TV's on my wall. It's going to stay on my wall. And I'm just going to live with the fact that there's burn-in that I can't see. And so, yeah. So that's where we are with the B7. And the only reason why I want to upgrade the stupid TV is I really want a 65-inch or larger TV, and the TVs I've checked have all had serious flaws. And for the record, I'm so sick of idiots mocking me for returning TVs. One last time, you morons, I only bought 2 TVs the entire year. 2. I bought the H9, the Hisense H9F, had terrible HDR. Great 4K, horrible HDR. Same thing with the Sony 950G. Amazing 4K TV, horrible HDR. That's why I returned those TVs. I'm sick of talking about it. I'm sick of morons slamming me because I returned too many TVs. I've deleted all those posts because I'm sick of you a-holes harassing me about something so stupid as that. I'm the one who has to live with the TV. It's my money, and I expect to get what I pay for. I'm not going to settle. So you can stick that up your butt and move on if you don't like it. Don't waste your time commenting and leaving a stupid comment about how I return too many TVs and I can't make up my mind and blah, 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 blah. I know exactly what I want in the TV. I know exactly how much I want to spend on the TV. And if the TV does not deliver it, you're damn right I'm returning it. So screw you, and I'm sorry, but people are just annoying because I'm like, the people making those stupid comments, they're not going to settle for something they don't want either. And they're not going to settle, so I don't know why they expect me to settle just because they're some fanboy of some stupid product and think, just because they like something, I absolutely have to like it, and I'm crazy for returning it. No, I know exactly what I'm looking for. And again, all I'm looking for in a TV is a TV that has a really good interface that I can live with, and also a TV that has no blooming and no blooming, no blooming, no flashlight. That's it. That's all I want, and very good HDR. That's all I want. I'm not looking for super eye-popping brightness. I'm not looking for any of that kind of stuff. I just want a TV that has no blooming, no flashlighting, and a decent operating system. Why is that so hard to find in 2020? That's it. That's all I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything else in the TV, and great and good HDR. That's it. I'm not a super gamer, so I'm not looking for like super low input lag or any of that kind of crap. I'm just looking for something basic, and I'm willing to spend money to get it, but I'm not going to settle either. So with that said, I want to go through all the differences between the C9 and C10, and the bottom line is there really aren't any differences between the C9 and C10, or the B7 for that matter. Before we begin, LG does not, as a general rule, LG does not remove features from TVs. So if it's on the C9, it's on the C10. If it's on the B7, those features have transferred all the way up to the C10. The only difference is they're just slightly improved. And in terms of price, the price is the price on things. I get so tired of people complaining about how much things cost. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. It's as simple as that. No amount of complaining about the cost of something on the internet is going to magically make a company. It's going to make a company see your post and then go, "Oh my God! If we only lowered the price, this anonymous person on the internet would suddenly be buying our products." That's not how business works, people. If OLEDs have been the cost that has been at the price has been for the last 5 years, because maybe that's just how much it costs to manufacture and sell this stuff. Maybe that's why, and they know the market will buy it. And at that point, a business is not going to drop the cost of something, launch a product at 50% below cost and 50% of what the market has already been buying for the last 4 years, they're not going to do that. Sure, you're going to have sales, but an OLED TV is not going to magically start costing $2,000 at launch for a 65-inch. Not even Visio would sell a 65-inch OLED for $2,000. They're just not. The Visio OLED is going to launch maybe a couple of $100 cheaper than the C10, but it's not going to be $2,000. And I'm a fan of history. Look at your history, people. The reason why we have such stupidity in the world is people don't look at history. LG has launched OLED TVs the last 4 years at pretty much the same price, in the same price range, the last 4 years in a row. All OLEDs have launched in the same price range, meaning the 65-inch C series model launched at $3,000 to $3,200. The 55-inch version of LG OLED TVs have always launched at around $2,400 to $2,700. Past its prologue. The C10 will launch at about the same price range. So the C10 65-inch will be $3,000 at best. It won't be lower than $3,000. The 55-inch version will probably launch at, I would say, $2,300. Expect the Visio OLED to launch in that same price range. The Visio OLED will launch at around the 65-inch version, I would say $2,600 for the 65-inch, and the 55-inch will probably be $1,900. And the first round of sales will be in July for 4th of July weekend. And you'll get a couple of $100 knocked off of that. After 4th of July weekend, you won't see another sale until Labor Day weekend. At which point, again, you have the same kind of 4th of July sales, and you won't get the big drops until November. And the C9 will not drop much below $2,100 all year. So pretty much, I think this is about the bottom the C9 is going to go. It's $2,100. You may be able to get it for $2,000 at a few points during the rest of the year, but I think this is pretty much the price. The C8, if you look at history, last year the C8 at reputable places always went for around $1,800-$1,900 the entire year. Of course, you could find them cheaper at suspect sites, but I don't buy expensive products from weird places like Green Toe and Slick Deals and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff just sounds suspicious to me and fake. I would never buy an expensive product from a place like that. So we're talking Best Buy prices or Amazon prices. We're not talking about eBay, the eBays and the Slick Deals and the Green Toes of the world. So don't even bother mentioning those in the comments because I don't trust them. I don't trust those kind of sites. So anyway, with all of that said, let's go through this list real quick. So the one funny thing about this site, and I'm sorry if there's another crackling sound in the background, but that's coming from the headphones that are connected to my Mac. I don't know why that crackling sound is there. I'm hoping when I do this in post, I can remove the sound, but if not, I apologize. So anyway, when you're looking at the differences on the LG website, a lot of the differences is literally they just changed the text on the website. So then it shows up as a difference. So the Magic Remote is the same Magic Remote on all three TVs. My B7, the C9, and the C10 still has the same Magic Remote, which I'm actually happy for because I know a lot of people hate the Magic Remote. I personally absolutely love the Magic Remote. It is my favorite remote control out of all the devices I have. It works with almost every device, pretty seamless there, and it's ergonomically correct. It fits really nicely in my hand. It doesn't slip out of my hand. I love that remote. And you only need to use 2 buttons on it. I know it has a lot of buttons, but really you only have to use like 2 or 3 buttons on that remote, and it's a perfect remote in my mind. I don't know why people complain about it so much. I mean, and sometimes change for change's sake is bad. So I don't want them changing the remote just because some people don't like it, and it's been the same remote for the last 4 or 5 years. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my motto. So yeah, the remote is the same. Again, we're getting into more marketing gimmicks. So I know the C10 is supposed to have improved sound through because of the processing and other things, but it's funny on the website it says OLED surround sound, where my B7 has surround sound, the C9 has surround sound, but over here they call it OLED surround sound. So it's ridiculous. Again, it has the same speaker system, WISA, Dolby Atmos. Again, more marketing gimmicks where it says front firing reflector. I don't even know what the reflector thing is, but my B7 has front firing speakers. The C9 has front firing speakers. I'm not saying they haven't incrementally improved the speakers on the C10, but yeah, it is what it is. The AI Sound Pro, again, AI Sound Pro is actually truly different than the B7 and the C9. AI Sound Pro is supposed to be like an AI-based, object-oriented sound thing, where the sound matches the content more than it did on the other 2 models. So that sounds pretty good. Audio codecs, I think my B7 supports all of these audio codecs, and the C9 probably supports all of them. But some of this stuff doesn't even probably matter, like the EAC3. What is that? The HEAAC. It's like they're just throwing APT-X. It's like they're just throwing a bunch of audio codecs that most people won't even know what they are, much less use. But it's nice to see such support. I wouldn't be surprised if the C10, C9, or B7 supports the same codecs, because I haven't run into a codec that my B7 hasn't supported. Here's more marketing gimmick. Bluetooth sound ready on the C10. Bluetooth audio playback on the C9. I don't get it. What's the difference between these two? It's the same thing. It says DTS decoder. DTS HD here. I'm sure the C10 is going to support DTS HD, and my B7 supports DTS decoding, I guess. Again, you have all of this stuff. I'm really disappointed that it's still using the same basic Wi-Fi. And I don't think the Wi-Fi on my B7 is particularly good, so I don't think it's going to be particularly good on the C9 or C10. I mean, my apps and everything stream perfectly fine, but I was hoping they updated the Wi-Fi chipset. They didn't, and they also had the same Bluetooth support. HDMI, same. Here's again where the marketing on the website is really suspicious, because my B7 has every single one of these HDMI ports or inputs. The C9 has every single one of these, and the C10 has all the same inputs. The only difference is, actually, there is no difference between the C9 and the C10, because both of them support HDMI 2.1. However, my B7 does not have HDMI 2.1. I don't really care, because I'm not a gamer. I'm not a super gamer, so I don't really care about the gaming specs on any of these TVs. I mean, I do want low input lag for the times I do game, but it's not going to be the main reason why I buy a TV. This stuff doesn't matter. And again, over here, this is where the marketing gimmicks are, because here on the website, you can see the text is formatted differently. So it says 1, and it says rear, 3 sides. So that's why it shows up as different. Whereas up here, it just says 4, 1 rear, 3 sides. So again, all of that stuff is the same. Power, who cares? This is, again, cheap marketing gimmicks where it says gallery mode. It's on the C10. Well, gallery mode is on my B7 as well. There's a gallery thing on my B7, and there's a gallery on the C9. So I'm not sure what the gallery mode is on the C10 that's going to make it so different. Maybe it's because the gallery function would now be a screensaver, which I really want, which is stupid that the B7, you can't set the gallery app to be your screensaver. That's stupid. So maybe in the C10 you can finally do that, but that's not a reason to buy a new TV. Universal remote, LG channels, again, My B7 has LG channels. The C9 has LG channels. I don't know why it says it's different than the C10. Sports Alert is new for the C10. Basically, what that does is you can set it. You can set your TV so that it'll alert you to sports scores of your favorite teams. That functionality definitely isn't in the B7. I don't know if it's on the C9 or not. I don't care about all of this stuff. The main difference between the two TVs is going to be in the processing. The A9 Gen 2 and the A9 Gen 3. If you look at the marketing materials, it looks like the A9 Gen 3 is going to be a beast of a processor, but the marketing material said the A9 Gen 2 is a beast of a processor. And I don't understand why these companies feel the need to update their processor every single year, because if these processors are so intelligent and AI based, why can't they just simply release a firmware that's going to add all the new features? And the main difference is the new processor is going to have face detection, whereas the A9 Gen 2 has object detection, but it isn't a face an object. So I don't know why the A9 Gen 2 processor really doesn't do the same thing. It sounds like marketing BS, because face detection, a face is an object on the screen. So if you're telling me that the A9 Gen 2 processor can do object detection, then that's the same thing as face detection. And then the other big thing is the new one, the new TV C10 supports Toby Vision IQ, which is basically really cool and looks very awesome, where it will automatically detect the lighting in your room and adjust the lighting when you're in Dolby Vision mode to match that other room. So it will automatically brighten the picture for you based on the metadata and all that kind of good stuff. So that's pretty darn neat. But that's what Dolby Vision is supposed to do anyway. And on the C9 also has ambient lighting mode, where it's supposed to automatically brighten and dim the picture based on your room environment. So I don't know how Dolby Vision IQ is really all that different than that mode on the C9. I mean, I guess you just have to see it in person. So again, over here for the contrast, it has advanced contrast enhancer, face enhancing, ultra luminous pro, and over here you have object depth enhancer. So how's object depth enhancer different than advanced contrast enhancer? Seems like the same thing, only cool, marketing language. And over here it says face enhancing. Again, how would that be different than object depth enhancer? And they both have ultra luminous pro. OLED Motion Pro could be the main secret sauce in the picture quality on the C10, where it's motion. So this could be huge. FileMaker Pro and all that kind of stuff. Um, this comparison doesn't mention FileMaker mode, but the LG C9 and even the B7 have so many different modes that's supposed to do the same thing as FileMaker Pro, FileMaker mode. So I'm still struggling to see how FileMaker mode is different than Cinema, Home, Cinema, the ISF picture modes, and the Technicolor modes. All those modes were supposed to do exactly what this FileMaker mode was supposed to do. So they're just adding one more mode on top of all the others that were supposed to do the same thing when they launched. So I don't know how FileMaker mode is supposed to be materially different. Down here, you have all the Google Assistants. Again, the C9 has all of this. The main difference between the C9 and the C10 when it comes to all your assistants is there's now a built-in microphone on the TV, and I know a lot of people are paranoid about that, but all of these TVs have built-in microphones. How do you think those remotes work? Don't fool yourselves, people. I mean, as long as you can turn it off, I don't really care. But basically, what that means is the Google and Alexa are now built into your TV, so you can actually just walk into your room and say, "Hey, Google, turn on the TV. Check the weather," without actually hunting for your microphone and pressing the button and all that kind of stuff, which kind of defeats the whole point of ease of use. So I actually kind of like the idea of that it's all built into your TV. It was a feature I sort of liked on the Sony. However, the problem with that is those devices are so sensitive that if you're watching something, there were a couple of times on the 950G where someone would actually say something, and next thing I know, the TV is trying to do something else. because the Google Assistant is listening, and I think that's awful. So they need to figure out that piece of it. Auto genre selection is actually pretty interesting to me because basically it's supposed to set the picture based on what you're watching. So I kind of really like that. AI Picture Pro, again, home dashboard, all of that stuff's part. Apple AirPlay 2, Apple HomeKit is also part of the LG C9. Alexa built-in works with Alexa built C9. Google Assistants in the C9. Alexa, so you see how they do the marketing thing. So they say Google Assistant, Alexa, all of that's built in. It's compatible. I guess they get away with it by saying it's compatible if you have a device to connect to it. Whereas here, it's actually built in. So that's the main difference right there. Warranty, same. Gaming, again, I don't care about any of the gaming stuff, but all of this gaming stuff is already built into. It's in the C9. It's in the C9. Why it's blanked out here is they had to do a firmware update to activate it. It's going to be built into the TV is going to come ready to do all of this stuff. That's the main difference between the C9 and the C10, but the C9 has all of this functionality right now. The 1 millisecond game response time, I think, is BS. I really need to see that tested, but they're claiming it's going to be 1 millisecond of response time. I think that may be a typo because on the TV, and the C9 has 13 milliseconds, and I think my B7 has like 20 milliseconds, but again, I'm not a super gamer, so I don't really care about that. And I would never recommend using an OLED for gaming. If you want burn-in on an OLED, hardcore gamer is going to have burn-in on the OLED. So if you buy an OLED for gaming, you definitely have to get the 5-year warranty, and you have to buy it from Best Buy. There's no way around it. Buy it from Best. If you want a game on your OLED, buy it from Best Buy. Get the 5-year warranty. That's $500, and then you can game and use your TV however you want because Best Buy has easy return policies with your and covers burn-in with their warranties. There's a reason why it's so expensive. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you made it this long, I will be mighty, mighty impressed. If you watch the entire thing, use the phrase, Michelle is crazy. So anyway, bottom line is I'm going to keep my B7 and wait for the C10 wait for the other TVs to come out and make a decision in August because August is my birthday month, and Best Buy offers me 10% off on everything in the store during your birthday month. So I'm just going to wait until August. Plus, at the end of August, you also have I always get the holiday mixed up. It's either Labor Day or Memorial Day sales. I think it's Labor Day. You get Labor Day sales at the end of August, so I can combine that with the 10% coupon and get a really good deal on one of the new TVs. So the TVs I'm eyeing are, I think the C10. I'm eyeing the C10. I want to see what TCL does with their mini LCD TVs, but I'm not holding my breath on TCL because TCL they release their TVs in September and October, and then you can't even find them for 3 or 4 months. So I'm kind of like over TCL. I would kind of like to get another 75-inch TV. So that's kind of what I would love to get. It's like a 75-inch AKT mini LCD TV from TCL, but only if it's reasonably priced. But if LG is selling a NanoCell 8K TV for $5,000 for a freaking NanoCell TV, I'm pretty damn sure TCL's 8K TV is going to magically be a lot cheaper. So anyway, I would talk. What are you guys doing? Are you guys keeping your TV, or are you looking at one of the new 2020 TVs? I gotta say, overall, I'm really disappointed in this year's TVs. But I probably will update simply because I'm tired of this B7 and all this quirks and the HDMI constantly crapping out on me. And I kind of don't want to reward LG by buying another TV, but I just love it. I just love OLEDs. I really do. So maybe Visio will win me over, and it's not going to be based on price, but I want to see what Visio does. So anyway, I have a budget of $3,100. It's sitting in my bank, so that's how much I'm going to spend on one TV this year, and that's going to be it. So my max is $3,100. If I can find the TV for $900 that does everything I want, that's going to be a score. But I just better get something. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye.